Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would quickly jump on here and give a verbal face-to-face warning so there is no confusion. Today we are going to be covering the murder and kidnapping of Kamarie Holland. This case made me feel sick to my stomach. I was almost in tears reading this case. It is god-awful and I wasn't actually going to cover it because of the nature of this case. But I also thought, no, Kamarie's story needs to be told. More needs to be done about human trafficking and just a few things in general. And I also want Kamarie to be remembered in a certain way, which we'll touch on. I can't give enough warnings. This case is horrible. This case is so graphic. I'll put up all the trigger warnings, so pause and read them. If you think that you will be triggered even in the slightest way, just take my advice and do not watch this video. There will be other videos that you can watch. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. It was December 13th, 2021. On Monday morning, Christy Sipple, also known as Christy Hoskins, dialed 911 to report her 5-year-old daughter, Kamarie Holland, missing. Christy said that she woke up and couldn't find her daughter. The 35-year-old mother of 4 found their front door open and Kamarie was nowhere to be seen. Kamarie lived with her father, Kamarie Holland. He had custody over her. Sipple was only allowed weekend visits, which were meant to be supervised. Kamarie was just learning how to spell her name and wanted to be a princess, her mother told reporters. Family members and friends described Kamarie as an angel. Kamarie meant the world to me. She meant everything to me, Kamarie's father, Corey, said. She liked to do silly pranks on her brother and mom, her grandma told the media. Kamarie had a personality larger than life. She loved to dance around the living room, play at the playground, and she liked to take control over the family video calls by talking away or showing her brother the phone. Kamarie was full of life and chatty. Kamarie was special, and especially to her father and to her brother. She always had a big smile, another person recalled. This is how Kamarie should be remembered. She seemed like a bright, beautiful little girl who had her whole life ahead of her. Sipple emotionally told reporters, "She was my life. I lived for her daily. She was my only girl. I have 3 boys and her."
She was just the sweetest girl in the world. You couldn't, oh God, you couldn't harm her. She was too sweet. Like, you could not harm that little girl because she's so innocent, so smart. She was fantastic. She was perfect.
Kamarie was smart, perfect, and should be remembered by her sweet, giving personality, and not by the way that she died, the mother said. She spoke to the media about the unbelievable hurt and pain that Sipple is having to endure as she tries to process what happened to her little girl. "I'm making it. I'm coping," said Sipple. There was a local toy drive, and Sipple donated Kamarie's toys, stating that she's Kamarie's mommy and Kamarie wouldn't want nothing in the world but to donate her toys to another little child that was in need because she was a very helping child. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of an insight to what little 5-year-old Kamarie was like. The police immediately started an investigation for missing Kamarie. The little girl was last seen around Bowman Street in Columbus, Georgia on December 13th. The Columbus police identified Jeremy Tremaine Williams, aged 37, as a potential suspect. Authorities previously said Sipple and Williams knew each other. By identifying Williams, the investigators learned of a previous Phoenix City address for Williams. When they searched the vacant address, they found 5-year-old Kamarie's lifeless body. This house was just 10 minutes away from Kamarie's mother's home. The little girl was pronounced dead at 11:15 p.m. on the same day that she went missing, and it is believed that she was strangled to death. There was also signs of SA to her body. I also think this is extremely important to mention. Police reports show that a 31-year-old woman was allegedly essayed by Williams the night before Kamarie's murder. She ended up at his house due to having an argument with her boyfriend. Her friend put her in contact with Williams. As soon as the woman arrived at his home, she got a very uneasy feeling. The woman went to leave, however, Williams blocked the door with a fridge freezer. He then called the woman by Kamarie's name and stated how he had taught the 5-year-old how to do oral sex. The woman managed to escape by telling Williams where to buy drugs. I don't know if William was bringing the woman en route to buy the drugs, but they ended up at a shop where he allowed her to use the bathroom. She was made to leave her phone and other belongings while she went. Luckily, this woman carried a second phone on her, which she used to call for help. She remained locked inside the bathroom until Williams left the area. Another thing is, Williams has history with the police. In 2021, Williams was charged with simple battery, family violence, and third-degree cruelty to children. However, there was no conviction. It is alleged that he slapped his wife in front of his children. Williams was also charged with abuse of a child in Phoenix City in 2009. He allegedly immersed a 3-year-old's body into boiling water. However, Williams claimed that the 3-year-old did this by accident. He was acquitted by a jury in 2012 due to a lack of evidence. He was also accused of abuse of a child in Columbus. However, the status of this case is unknown. Williams is also a suspect for a death of a 1-year-old in Alaska. However, charges were dropped due to a lack of evidence. Authorities in Alaska have now reopened the case into the 2005 blunt force trauma death of a 1-month-old. And guess who this 1-month-old was? Williams' own daughter, Nadia Trinice Williams. So yeah, that was a lot to probably take in. But my main question is, how on earth was this man allowed to wander free time and time again, and to be allowed around children? I don't understand how this, was allowed. So you're probably wondering, how did he manage to get around Kamarie? Well, brace yourself for this. Kamarie's own mother allegedly sold 5-year-old Kamarie to Williams. Yup, you heard that right. Her own mother sold her 5-year-old daughter for sex. The defendant paid Sipple for sex with the girl, and Sipple knowingly provided Kamarie in exchange for sexual servitude. This is what an arrest warrant states. Documents do not state a specific amount of money. Sipple and Williams reportedly have had previous relationships. I'm not sure if it's to do with drugs, because I know Williams is in the drug business. There's not much information on it, to be honest. All I know is that the relationship was not romantic. But this is just what infuriates me, because there is so many people who can't have kids and would be wonderful parents. But this woman, who is a monster, was blessed with this beautiful, smart, bubbly baby girl and did this. As the saying goes, every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child. Sipple, who has a history of drug abuse, only had the children for less than 24 hours before Kamarie was sold to 37-year-old Williams. Like I said previously, it's unknown if drugs were involved in this little girl's abduction. I'm not sure if the mom sold her for drugs. We don't know. But after Sipple sold Kamarie to Williams, he took the little girl from her home in Georgia to the vacant house that she was found murdered in. This part is extremely graphic, by the way, so I'll give you a little bit of a warning. Please skip. Recently revealed court documents indicate that Williams recorded himself doing horrific acts to the child's corpse after having caused her death by strangulation. This makes me feel sick to my stomach. My heart goes out to Kamarie, her family, but also the people who had to review that evidence. So now that we know that the mother sold Kamarie to Williams, I'm wondering, do you guys think that she was actually killed the night before? Because why would he use Kamarie's name in that other essay attack unless he was literally obsessed with her? But he also said that he had taught the 5-year-old how to do oral sex. Unless the abuse had happened multiple times. But yeah, I just don't understand that, and that's, I think, a massive question that I have. On December 28th, Christy Sipple was arrested in Alabama and charged with felony murder for the death of Kamarie Holland. She's also been charged with human trafficking. Sipple went on local television in Columbus, Georgia, claiming that Kamarie was her life, and she professed her innocence.
He is making me look like I'm some evil person, but I'm not. I'm a mommy, and I did not have nothing to do with this.
Police arrested Williams at an Alabama hotel, where he was reportedly with his uncle. The uncle is not believed to be involved in Kamarie's death. Williams was charged with capital murder in the course of kidnapping, rape, sodomy, corpse abuse, and child pornography production. Williams is pleading not guilty and claims that he's criminally insane. If the jury agrees to this, Williams will be sent to a mental health hospital or institution. If they find him guilty of the murder, he could potentially get the death penalty. Wherever he gets sent to, I just hope and pray that he never gets out, because it's clear he's a danger to society, and I personally don't think he'll ever change. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not an expert. Another thing is Sipple has previous charges with abuse of a fetus by taking drugs when she was pregnant with her youngest son. I don't know if this is in the same case. However, in 2018, she was being charged with failure to appear due to chemical endangerment of a child. This is why the visits were supposed to be supervised. I have no idea why this visit wasn't supervised, or maybe it was supervised just during the day. I have no idea. There is no information on this at all. Kamarie's father states how he is emotionally drained and that his life has been an emotional roller coaster since Kamarie's murder. On top of grieving the death of his daughter, Corey is also fighting to regain custody of his son. Corey stated his 3-year-old son, who has the same mother as Kamarie, which is Christy Sipple, was taken from him right after his daughter's death. Corey just wanted the best for his kids. I do want to say that a lot of this information is new, updated, and since it is such a fresh case, there will be probably more updates in the future. I will update you through my Instagram if you want to keep up to date with that. I have tried my best with all the information. A lot of information is not available and has gag orders on it. There has been no update to whether they have been found guilty or not yet. I don't know their sentences. However, I will tell you that Kamarie's body was found across state lines, so it is amazing the fact they were able to successfully move the case to Alabama, where a harsher sentence could be handed down. So at least that's one positive light to come out of this. However, this is all the information I have just now, so thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody is okay after listening, and stay safe out there, guys. It's an evil world.